What's up, good people? I hope you're having a blessed day. I'm Landon, and I'm joined by Zach, and we're also joined by Shadow, who will be revealed after 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe. Zach, what are we talking about?
Today we're talking about Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Someone just appears. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Beetlejuice, the 1988 film starring Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, and, of course, Winona Ryder, directed by the great Tim Burton. This film does have a 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 7.5 on IMDb, and a 3.7 stars on Letterboxd. Zach, what is your rating for this film?
The very first one, I give it like a 6.7. Yeah, I'll say 6.7 out of 10.
Okay.
The first one, the newer one, I love way a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I give it 8.7.
Okay.
I really like these films. I don't know why. They're like,
I like the first one, but I don't know. Maybe I just need to watch it again. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in it, but I don't know. It just it wasn't what I expected, I guess.
yeah, I don't know. I really like when my mind goes to like Halloween, I think of this movie.
Yeah.
And obviously the second movie,
Especially the second.
These are good like Halloween films that aren't like just straight horror people murdering someone, cutting their face off. Like, bro, I ain't trying to see all that. Wait. So we're gonna obviously spoilers. I feel like even if you've never seen this and you get spoiled from this,
you're not gonna understand. Yeah,
you'll still probably be like, I have no idea what's happening. Zach, what are some of your like thoughts just straight up on this film?
Yeah, so I remember whenever we went and saw Beetlejuice, so the second one.
Yeah.
I know I had never seen the first one before. I don't think you did either.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so I watched it and was like, I had seen clips and stuff. I was like, this is like not what I expected at all. Like in a good way. Like, I don't know. Because like you think Beetlejuice is like, oh yeah, you got Beetlejuice in the movie and he's like doing his thing,
I'm so sorry. And starring Michael Keaton.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I was waiting. That's what I was like.
Continue.
The GOAT! Anyways.
Batman.
Batman. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, it starts out. I always forget like Alec Baldwin was in it too, because like that is one downside with the new one is for obvious reasons they couldn't have him back. But like they just kind of address the elephant in the room, but like there's no, I don't know, there's not like a lot of emotion tied with it like the first one had, because they were really like the ghosts were like
just normal people,
but like they were like kind of adopted parents of Winona Ryder's character. But yeah, so it starts off with like, this couple, the whole diorama, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna go on vacation and come back or whatever, and then the car crashes and then they like, walk back to their house. And my first I was like, how did they survive that? Oh, they did it. And I was like, that sucks. And then so now you're like thrown into this world of like the afterlife and everything in Tim Burton's universe, and it's like nothing like you would expect at all. And then there's a rule book and there's all this stuff, but like it's just a lot of lore. But yeah, it's just funny because the whole concept is like this couple that have their house and they die, and then people move into their house.
Yeah,
they can't go anywhere, so they're stuck with roommates they didn't want.
Yeah, and like their whole deal is trying to get them to be moved out. So I watched this movie like right before we watched Beetlejuice, and I really liked it. I thought it was a great concept. I thought it was very well done. I thought for like an eerie like Halloween movie that obviously is Tim Burton coded.
Oh yeah.
I thought for that it did really good. I do like the story. Obviously when you first watch it and they just die, I'm just like, what? I'm like, and then obviously I was the same way. I was like, wait, they survived. And then obviously like the Winona Ryder's family moves in. But yeah, I do like the concept of it. Them like trying to be like, wait, we're dead. Wait, I'm so confused.
It's
and
the
then
acceptance of you're dead. But then it's like, okay, you want out of this, you gotta scare them.
yeah, and then them trying to like scare off their the family, and obviously Winona Ryder's character is like straight up like she likes this stuff. So I'm like,
I see dead people.
I see dead people.
Oh, that's what we should do. Anyways, keep going. The Sixth Sense.
Write it down.
Yeah. On it, Chief.
But yeah, let's talk about Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton's character. What's your thoughts on this dude?
Hilarious. I love it. He's out of pocket. He does whatever he wants, and he steals the scene every time he shows up. But that's something that's really interesting. So both movies are this way, but the first one especially. Michael Keaton has very little screen time as Beetlejuice in the movie. It's like
not a lot.
Like in movie history, to be a main lead, it is a very small amount of time.
Yeah,
but he delivers in every scene he's in, which says a lot about Michael Keaton. But also, 90% of what he did was improv. Like he kind of just had free reign to do what he wanted and be wacky and weird, as long as it like followed the plot or whatever. But like the whole so that's funny too, because correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the first movie is PG. Back then it was rated PG.
I think so. PG.
Yeah, which is funny because we talked about this off the podcast, but 80s PG isn't what 2010s past is PG.
Yeah.
So, case in point, he just drops the F-bomb out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I remember watching, I was like, huh? And I was like, what is this rated? And I was so confused. Like, it's not a big deal, but I was just like, I was so out of left field. I was like, I didn't know you could do that. Okay. Like,
yeah.
Nice model. But yeah, he's just, like I said, he's a character. And, and even in the second movie, I feel like he does it even better. Like we get more lore about Beetlejuice, but also just like he steals the show in like the best way possible, and he's funny, he's comic relief, and it just makes you question everything.
Yeah.
But I loved how they did it. And I don't know, like I watched that movie again just because he's in it. Like,
yeah,
because that's how the second one was. I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times now, and it was just amazing. Yeah, what are some of your thoughts on Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice?
I thought he killed it. I think it's one of his best roles to date. Not the first one and the second one, he kills it both times. He's very like out of pocket with everything. He's doing whatever he wants. Like you said, he's obviously the main character, and he's like, I got you, I'll help you, but first I want to marry that girl. It's like, wait, what? It's like, whoa. But yeah, I thought I think his character is great, and everything that's around it is great. The house being like all white, and like the family moving in, and the mom being like, I think that's something that's really funny about this movie is like the mom's like obviously like very, pristine. Yeah. So I really think it's funny whenever like she finally figures out,
Catherine O'Hara,
yeah, that obviously ghosts exist. So she's like, let's sell these people. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, it's just immediately like
money.
I think that's the whole point, is like they're not your normal family that's put together, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just as strange, but I don't know. That's something too I love about Tim Burton is like in anything he does, it's always, like you said, Tim Burton coded, but there's always an element of weird to it, but it works.
Yeah.
Like there's not a single film that's by Tim Burton I can think of that doesn't work. Like you have Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
You have literally the Batman with Michael Keaton. You have...
He can manipulate weird.
Yeah, and it works. Like, that's why I'm like, good. I hope he does make a third Beetlejuice movie, because I want more. And I hope he does more.
I want more.
Yeah. I want it now.
I can't wait for Beetlejuice, and then I obviously can't wait for the fourth movie, Beetlejuice,
and then they got the fifth one, Beetlejuice,
and then the 10th one, Beetlejuice. That's
We either need a Beetlejuice counter for this episode, or you watching at home just guess. Just guess how many times we've said it.
He's like, man, these guys would be cooked if they lived in that house.
Appear, disappear, appear, disappear. Yeah, we wouldn't make it.
Ironically, one of my I think one of the best scenes, is when they like go into the display in the attic. They finally get into that where Beetlejuice is. I think that's one of some of the best scenes are involved with that. But ironically, probably the weirdest scene in the whole movie was the dancing scene.
Oh, 100%.
But I don't know why I was like, this is very Tim Burton. Okay. Hey,
and they do it again in the second one, which is cool. I loved the way the second the end sequence ish in the second one when he's singing and it's like they're about to get married and stuff. I'm like, that I don't know what it is, the song, but also just like cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema. But no, I agree. Like, it's such a random goofy thing, and the fact that they did all that to scare them and it just made them entertained. So it's just very interesting. But and there's so many funny jokes. I always love when they go to the afterlife, and you have all these people that are dead, and you get to tell how they died or whatever. And the receptionist joke, I was like,
let's talk about the afterlife, bro. Probably obviously the most unique version of what an afterlife would look like on a film.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
It's very interesting, I think. And I like the second movie kind of explored it a little bit more.
Yeah.
In terms of just being there, but also just we see a little bit how it works, the soul train.
Yeah.
But I liked it that they gave us a little bit of an idea of how it works. But yeah, it's just what you think. People die, but it's interesting because in that it's however you died is how you show up in the afterlife, so you got the guy that's flattened and is on a clothes hanger or whatever, and then you have in the second movie the dad with the piranhas. It's just I don't know, it's we it should be off-putting and scary but somehow isn't, it's
just enough to where it's you can tell it's props and art and makeup.
I want to talk about that too. The fact that both movies use practical effects, and it works, is I'm a big sucker. I'm an old school guy when it comes to movies. I love when movies still do old school practical effects.
Yeah.
We were talking about the other day with I know it's way off topic, but Spider-Man, the fact we're getting practical web slinging in real life and we haven't had that since Amazing Spider-Man. So I like when movies go back to the roots of, because CGI is great. I think we wouldn't have what we have without CGI nowadays because it's impossible to pull off some of these storytelling. But anytime we use practical effects, makeup, I'm always going to be a sucker for that side of things, especially in Tim Burton, able to do all these goofy characters and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, I agree. For the next Star Wars movie, come on, just build the ships, build the Death Star, go to space and film everything instead of just doing it with green screens. Come on, lock in, y'all. I'm totally playing. I agree with you.
I was where are you going? I was yeah. Oh, he's pulling my leg.
No, I agree with that though. I love practical effects much. I love when people use practical effects much more than CGI and all that. Like you mentioned, Spider-Man. I love the picture of Nick Fury sitting in a chair, and it's there's no chair.
Oh,
it's green screen. His gun's fake.
Dude, I remember the first time you told me about that because I didn't know that, and then I was like, what? Bro, it changes my whole perspective of everything, bro. It's what's real? What's
I looked up a page, I saw the picture of it. I was like, y'all really couldn't have just gone into a room, worked the room.
Sony, how hard is it, man? Are you okay? Do you need a handout?
But yeah, I don't really have much more on this. Back to Beetlejuice. I don't have much more on Beetlejuice. I recommend it, especially for during the Halloween time, holiday season. I definitely recommend it for that. Yeah, 30th anniversary. Well, it's about to be 40.
Man.
But yeah, do you have anything else on this film?
Not a whole. I mean, just like I said, the shout out to like the cast. It's really impressive. You know, and the fact that most of them were able to come back, even though it's been so many years, and still like pick up where they left off. You know.
Yeah.
And it's big shout out to Michael Keaton for doing that again, because that was a big deal. And I always love the behind the scenes with the new one. You can see like how happy he is to play Beetlejuice again. And,
Yeah.
like, just be able to do a role where he can do whatever he want. You know. And also shout out to Winona Ryder, because to me, like, I knew her from Stranger Things first, and then I watched this and I'm like, man, I can't unsee it. But like,
you know what's funny is like I watched this and then I watched Beetlejuice, and I watched the Adam Sandler movie. He's she's like in an Adam Sandler movie. I forgot the film.
I know what you're talking about.
Mr. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have like, is that all you have on the?
No, like I said, we talked about like all the good stuff, but yeah, I just shout out Tim Burton. Definitely give it a watch. Oh, the only other thing I want to say, the score. I love the Beetlejuice score.
It's such a good score.
Like, I don't know what it is, but I hear that it gets me excited. It gets me happy. You know, it's just like, it's suspenseful, but also like kind of gets you pumped a little bit. I don't know. So I was really excited when we saw the new one and they opened it the same with the same music and stuff. I was like, yes,
let's go.
I'm a sucker for music.
You know, if you ever try to look at a film that Adam Sandler was in, like a specific one, good luck, because he's in everything.
Literally. That's not even including cameos.
Yeah, like over here, I'm like trying to find this one. I think it's Mr. Deeds or something like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds. It was Mr. Deeds. Okay, that's what she's in. Good film, by the way. Adam Sandler. Hilarious.
We love Adam Sandler.
We gotta talk about Adam Sandler.
We could do a whole episode over Adam Sandler. Write that down.
Write that down. Y'all, you're good?
Yeah, that's
cool. Y'all, that's all we got for today, folks.
That's all, folks.
Y'all, we love Jesus. We love the Bible. We love sharing the Word of God at the end of each episode, and Zach's going to do that for us right now.
Yeah. So I'm going to be reading out of the book of Matthew. I'm reading Matthew 6:33 through 34. It says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." We live in a world where everyone's thinking about the future, and it's always what's next. Stay rooted in today and enjoy the day God has given you today.